Well, this thing says I'm up live. I don't know whether I am or not. I did not try to do a live feed. It just maybe reconnected on its own. Let's go here and see if I just popped up again live. It says excellent condition. And I don't know. I'm going to go to my channel here and see if I just came back up without even knowing it. And that's kind of scary if it's the case. We're going to go to the live. It says live right here now. And let's see if it is live, and it appears as though it is. So, welcome back. I don't know what in the world. Again, we have this thing cutting off on us. And, folks, look what we got here today, a 900 subscriber level. Yay! Oh, my gosh. Whoever it was that has subscribed today on that, I want to thank you. Looks like we are up and running again. I don't know what happened to our signal. It just all of a sudden jumped up and said in stream to me. I said, in stream? I haven't even started the dang stream yet. But here I am. It's running. We're up and running right in the middle. It popped on. I don't know how, but I'm glad it did. And thank you for being here. Welcome back. Well, you know what's going on here, back fellow cats. And, dropped again. Signal loss again. Sorry. And there you go. Boop, boop, boop. And there you go. Boop, boop, and boop. And enter. Boom. There it is. So there you go, folks. It looks like I hit him up and running. I don't know how it happened. It is weird. I was just sitting here. I was kind of just looking over some things, including the overall market. And, folks, what's this rundown about? I'll tell you what it's about. The announcement that the interest is cooling off. Uh, that's right. Some people caught off guard again by this announcement that just came out. Folks, in case you weren't aware, the Fed's preferred inflation measure edges higher in July. Dow rises after PCE data hints at cooling inflation. All right. And then all of a sudden that news breaks and the whole market decides to tank. Why? This is the same thing I saw last Thursday. And I ask you again, why, people? Why? Why is this happening? Let's see. Am, yep. Am I up and running again? Let's see. It looks like we are. It looks like we're back up and running. Yay! Yay! Doom. There we go. There it goes. Looks like we're back up and running. I don't know whether we are, but anyway, if we go to analytics here and we go we have 2 viewers, so they must be up and running. And Stream Health says excellent. Yay! Stream Health is excellent. I don't know why it was so poor and drops off here right before 1 o'clock. We've seen it 2 days in a row, maybe now in 3 even. We got something going on strange, but anyway, we're back. And what I'm showing everybody is there's just news that broke out. The Dow rises after PCE data hints at cooling inflation, and that should be very good for the whole market. But mysteriously, everything starts to go into the red. Oh my God, it seems as though once again some yahoos have been caught off guard by this announcement, and now they're making an effort to bail and get out of these positions they've shorted. And the only way to do so is to work together to run their prices right down to the maximum bottom they can get them, by God. And then after that, off she goes like a rocket ship. So here we see yesterday's low, $8.36. Today, only $8.53, folks. It's horrendous for them. I absolutely guarantee it, and I'm bringing it out right now to say it. Welcome all of you folks back while we get back on track here with this stock. Yeah, forget about this little dump here. This is everybody getting caught off guard again, and they got to get the shit out of here, and they start running it down to make their exit points. That's all I'm calling here today. You can see whether Catfish is right or not. You can see. You can absolutely see whether I'm right, that there's a lot of manipulation happening here under this announcement about the cooling of inflation, which is a very good economic signal. And don't be surprised. Look at this Dow down here now, red. Let's turn and see if it still is. I'm going to refresh this page. But what a joke, man. What a freaking joke seeing these things down. Look at that. Dow down 666 almost. These sons of whatever. You know what happens when I get fired up. I start getting. And folks, I just want to thank you for coming on back over here. We picked out some good runners today. We've got them up here at the top. This is one I think is at the very bottom at 249, below 250. You should get in on it. SOUN. All right, this is one that was picked out yesterday. by one of our guys, Spartacus. Take a look at their 6-month chart. And of course, they're in a recovery mode. But today, pull back, get in if you want. Take a little dive, not heavy, just a little bit. Just wade into it. 248 is not going to cost you much, folks. And this thing's down big time today compared to what it's been doing. Looking at the 5-day chart, this is the indicator. So it's on a pullback. And look at this level line here where it hit and where we almost are now. And look at that jump after it got to that number, folks. 247. And now we're at 248.02. So just be aware of that because this thing popped like a son of a gun the next day off that type of same manipulation that we've seen today. Look at that manipulation down this afternoon. Same as yesterday. Thank you, with my dear. And there's my beautiful bringing in. And man, you can see she's something to smile about, isn't she? Yep, my beautiful. And she's taking care of me with a lunchtime muscle milk. Yay, I need a little energy. Running out of energy, can you tell? I heard my wife sarcastically say, yeah, with a bit of a laugh in her voice. But folks, do not be surprised. When I get cut off, I come back up. I don't let them hold me down. I don't let it last long. We got these interruptions because so much service work's being done in our area. Service trucks out everywhere fixing down limbs and all kinds of destruction from the storm that was a week ago. And it wasn't even a full week ago. It's been about 5 days now since we had it rumble through here. I took some video of it, put it up on TikTok and for YouTube even, and people could see, man, the lightning was just strobing like a strobe light. It was insane. Major winds and a lot of down trees, power lines, transformers out. Over 500,000 people in this area without electricity. Not now. They've almost all got fired back up. We still have some problems though with connections of wires and connections of things, and even stuff that gets cleaned up. There's still other areas where limbs were broken, but perhaps hadn't even fallen yet. But you get a little breeze blow through here, and then they start to fall out of the trees that were broken, and they come across the line again and break it. And so that's what we're having. These interruptions is my presumption, but we'll see how it improves here, and hopefully it does continue to improve. So I want to thank you for being here. The folks that are here with me right now, I see we've got a few here in the room. They don't have to, you don't have to say anything in the chat, but I appreciate it if you would just like this a lot for me. And an eventful day today for me here in this in the YouTube world, because as I was just saying, if you come over here to my YouTube channel, and you'll see down here 900 subscribers. Yay! Woohoo! So whoever was subscribing today, I want to thank you for pushing me 100 away from my 1,000 goal. So thank you so much. We're going over to YouTube Studio right now, just for the heck of it, to take a look at what's been going on with my channel recently in the way of gains. And I want to say thank you so much to every one of you who's been here with me. We got 4 folks now coming back on, and there we are, 900 subscribers. Woohoo! Nice. And folks, it's partly because of people just like you who have subscribed in the past. And I say so much thank you to all of you folks for doing so. Going to my analytics here and try to take a look at what I've been in my status in the last 28 days. And folks, 900 subscribers. Wow. I am so happy about that. I'm elated. I really am excited to see that. And it's growing and growing and growing. And so thanks to people like you, I want to say thank you very, very much for your help. And it's been fun. It's been fun watching this community grow with SOFI enthusiasts who are here and making comments on my channel. And it's just been a good time. And right now what we're seeing is this turnaround off this bottom, because this news is good news. And it's good news for SOFI too, folks. It's good news for the whole economy. It's good news for everything. And it's all going to turn around. This quick dump here by people to get out of these positions they've shorted because of this news, it'll be over soon. It'll be over very, very, very soon. And what's interesting was, look what time they decided to take up their position to drop it. 2:13, folks. See the time right there? Whoop. I can't even get it to slot in there. It was there though. 12:13. What do you know? Price suddenly collapsed. right at 12.13. Yep, down she went. And I called it because I said it's going to be a lunchtime rundown. They've been doing this every day. The difference is, though, recently, even at 1 to 115, they've really been coming to try to hit it hard. So let's see what happens today. After this news comes out about inflation cooling off, watch what happens after this bottom's been achieved here. And you can see it's very solid here. You can forget about this thing. Is not going to go down to 836 or yesterday's low. No, not even close. Not even close. Nope, nope, nope. Not going to happen, folks. 836. Nice. 816 low, 836 low, 852 low. Who called that? Low, higher every day. Here, high, higher, 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 higher. 1 penny lower. What a joke. Because they lost the low. See, that went up. The low went up 19 cents on them this day, so they had to top that. They had to knock that high down 1 whole penny. Then higher, higher, higher. I called the high today at 888. Said that might be where you should sell, but put your number in at 887 just to be sure, didn't I, folks? Stream is healthy right now. For all three of you here, don't know why I keep getting cut off every day. It seems like at about the same time, but sometimes you just have to wonder, and then you can move right on. And so we're back up, we're running, we're having fun, we're kicking butt, and this thing is going to keep going up, folks. Don't you worry. You just hang tight after this little, it looked like a very, very contrived, manipulated time, 12:13, to try to take this right on down. But you see how resilient it is. Now the new bottom, and not 806 anymore, 50 cents higher, 856. Cha-ching. 806 a week ago was the bottom. Now 856. Well, I'm calling it the bottom because that's where I bought it. Yep. And by the way, while I got cut off here, I was able to pick up a bunch of more shares because I wasn't able to be online. So at today's low, I bought 500. So I added some zeros, Shaw, and I added some zeros for you too, Gary, and picked up some real shares when it got to that number because I had seen the news come out about the inflation. That's a good signal for us. And the reason it started dropping, exactly the reason, because they had news. They already planned, just like they did the last time when there was a good report about inflation and not hiking the interest rate again. They came at it 15 minutes before the announcement, and they knocked the crap out of SoFi. Because they knew that news, they got a tip off in advance. That's what I thought. It sure looked like that. I pointed it out to everybody on the screen. I said, "Look at this massive drop in the price 15 minutes before the announcement came out." How'd they know? Well, they planned it ahead of time, just like they planned this 1213 attack. Folks, trust me, they're all planned out. These things don't happen by happenstance. The mysterious drop of freaking 15 cents doesn't happen just out of the blue. Unless they've got it planned and contrived ahead of time, folks. That's the only way they can make it happen, actually, is planning it together and working together. That's the only way they can. Thank you for coming on back over here with me. I'm sorry that I got disconnected again. My stream has been being affected all week long by the storm damage and stuff's being repaired around here, and crews out and linemen everywhere and working and trying to get everything back up. And sometimes another thing gets knocked loose or whatever, and we have another downtime. But this is going to change here soon. We're going to be good. And look at this volume now, 14,714, folks. The volume is considerably lower than it has been, and that's another reason that makes it easier for them to make it move downwards, is because they have such low volume to contend with. But that's okay because, folks, we're seeing exactly what I said would take place day after day, higher lows, higher highs. Just stick with me. And every single day isn't going to be a higher close. I've tried to tell people that too, going back here to May the 15th. If you go back to David Chia Pansy Day, some of these closes you can see here were lower. Here's a 507 one day, 493 the next. But pay attention. The high had been 498 and then went up to 514 on that day. And from 469 to 492 on that day. All right. When they had the high, and then the next day it was lower. Okay. So they're not all going to go up. The high here went down a penny and there a penny. Look at that effort to stop the run. One penny, they must have been cheering that day. But then it went up a penny, and then it went up another 20 cents, and then it just kept going up, and there was nothing for them to cheer about. They got a day down here. So as I'm saying, 849, and you can see here, you can watch these numbers. 849, the next day the high was 549. The next day was only 533. So folks, you're seeing there that there were days that it got pulled back a little bit. But as a rule, almost every day was just up and up and up. So expect there to be some closings where the number is going to be below what the high was that day. It happens often. There's a 533 high, close at 531, a 540 high, close at 521, 548 high, close at 541. But these things just kept closing higher and higher. Here's a pullback, 694 to 682. See that? Right? So there were some days when it didn't close higher highs, and that's going to be the case as we progress forward and upwards from here. There'll be days we don't have a higher high close, but that's going to be few and far between, just like they were from the 15th of May until the 14th of June, when the price had moved from $4.45 to $10.23. And looking at already bouncing now, I bought it at the low of the day. I feel very good about that. 852. 500 shares, and now I'm sitting at 6,580 shares of SOFI, folks, and I'm almost back up to 7,000. And I'm doing it before the real run happens, which is going to start, I think, right now from this number that we just saw. Because tomorrow, and these encouraging news is going to help the entire market, not just SoFi. Everything will benefit from it. And the rundown you're seeing here to where everything's going red on that news is people trying to get out before the run. The shorts are getting out of their positions, selling back and forth to each other. That's just what they just did here from this time to here, because there was no negative news on this company, and there's not going to be. All there is good news day after day after day right now coming out about SoFi from all kinds of media sources everywhere. Out of the woodwork, people talking about SoFi. And that's where I'm talking about it every day. I keep talking about it each day, even though some people might be getting bored. I keep telling you the same things, and it's all coming down the pipe, just like I said it would. New higher highs and new higher lows after that 14-day run down 32.5%. So here we are. Higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, 1 penny. See that? And that's what's funny is each time they try to stop the progression, it's by a penny when the jumps are 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. When they come out, it's a penny. So I laugh about it, folks. I want to thank you for coming back over with me and sharing back in on here as we look at these other stocks that we've got our eyes on that are doing well, and keeping an eye on Tilray. There it is. Tilray now busting right back up over $3. And great news by the government that the DEA may be easing its marijuana restrictions. This is the HHS officials recommended the DEA ease its marijuana restrictions. All right. So there you go. That's why it's making a run. SHOP, Shopify, one that was brought to me by Spartacus, making a nice pop here today. We go to the 1-day chart on it. That's a very good progression there. That looks very good. I said it when I looked at it earlier. It looks strong, and it still looks very strong. RBT is in a point where you should probably pick up some of this because it doesn't stay down here very long. The stock moves very nicely up from these numbers. And then lastly, we're looking at this one. HASI up 1.45%. A little bit pricey, but still a very nice one. And then it has a very nice looking chart here over the month. You can see it bottomed out right here at the very bottom. And now it's starting to make some gains. Right here's a number that before was a little resistance to the upside, but it's not going to be a good gain up to 20, 23, maybe $1 gain from here before we see a little bit more of a pullback. So, folks, Look at here, though, SoFi now starting to make its move right on back up. And it won't surprise me at all to see this volume start to increase as people buy up these shares, because there were a lot already that were being bought up here in the 870s. A lot of shares were bought in the millions of dollars worth. So this little right here, just attempt to shake the tree before off we go green today. My call. And even if we aren't, we're down 1%. Whoop-de-doo. We're up 8 or 9% for the week, folks. Just be aware of that. Over the last week, 10 days, we're up 9%. That's where we are. Ah, yummy. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. But we're keeping an eye on these other stocks across here. And as I said, I think this is a buying opportunity on this one here, down almost 6% today. So be on the lookout for that one to be near the bottom. And a good entry point. This is one that was brought up by our friend, I believe, yesterday as well. Okay, honey. I thought your customer wasn't coming. I still have to meet that lady. Oh, that's right. There you go. Yep. I remember. And the chiropractor is where I'm going to be going a little bit later. And folks, I want to thank you for being here with me while I have shiny lips. Right? I believe I have shiny lips. Oh, yeah, that was a pretty color, a mauve. I don't have anything that matches, though, so I had to remove it. Yeah, kimchi bacon, 80TX on fire. I used to own that stock. You'll see when I start to pull it up, it'll come up ahead of time. Watch. 80TX. Let's go over here. PLTR. It hit the bottom. 80TX. I've had it. Let's put it up here in this one, though. ADTX. See? 80TX stock. I've already had this. You can even see I've gone into interactive and many other things with this stock. So I've had it on my radar in the past, and I may have even owned this stock at one time, but we're going to look at it right now. British American Tobacco is a good buy. Oh my God, really? Yeah. Whoa. From $10 to 20. I'm guessing $10 to 20 because it's up 112%. It's at 20.79. Yike. What the world did they announce? Yeah, look at that price. Opened at $9.69, $20.79. What in the world did they announce? Go to the summary here. And this company pays a dividend. No, they did a 1 for 40. Oh, 1 for 40 stock split? Are you kidding me? That's horrendous, man. Thanks for bringing that up, but 1 for 40 is not what you want to see. And that's how they got it to $20, by the way, folks. 1 for 40. This thing was probably around $1 a share. I'm just guessing that. That's how they got it to 20 bucks. Oh, I guess you could say that's how they got it to almost 10. Okay. But ADTX provides shareholder update and plan strategy 13 days ago. Where's the news? What's going on this thing? Puzzling to say the least. But let's look at the 6-month chart on this stock. Yeah. See, they were tanking. The price wasn't 23 and 16, folks, because they just did a 1 for 40. Okay. Be aware of that. Okay. So just be aware of what you're dealing with here. And what surprises me is that it must be halted. I wouldn't be surprised. 563,605. Yeah, apparently this stock is halted. All right, Kimchi. I hear what you're saying, and I'm looking at it. Yep. That's cool to know, man. That thing's banging out. Wish we'd have saw it yesterday. Right? Wish we'd have seen it yesterday. I think it's frozen. I think that they've got this halted right here, right now. So whatever news it is that's making this thing pop, there's no news here yet. Year to date. This stock has been getting just slaughtered. So you had 40 shares, now you got one. Yes, it's halted. Yep. If you had 40 shares a few days back, now you got one. So if the price was at $40, then it went to, if it was at $1, it went to 40 because you got one for every 40. So it must have been around 50 cents. Around 50 cents to go to $20. Well, to go to 10 because it went from 10 to 10 on the 40. So if you got one share for every 40 and it was at $10, then this thing was at something like at 10 cents a share times 40, that'd be $4. So 20 cents a share, and now it's 20.79 on the split. I'm not surprised. This looks peculiar to me, but we're going to watch it and keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens when it pops back up. Thanks for the heads up on it, though. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, appreciate it. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Appreciate it, Kimchi. Yep. Is reverse stock split always a bad thing? It is if you got 500 shares and now you're sitting on five. that's a one for 500. But one for 40 is not better, not much better if you're sitting on 40 shares of the stock and now you got one instead of 40 shares. That usually makes the price fall big time, by the way. Makes it drop like a rock, which it may have just done. So be aware there's a reason why this is happening. But anyway, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. And look at now, SoFi at 860. Who bought with me at 852? That's what I want to know. Congratulations. And folks, this is all as I had predicted again, because there's just news that came out on the market, folks, and the news is good. The finance homepage is telling P. Ockers a reverse split is usually taken as a sign of trouble by the market, and most of the time it isn't done for positive reasons. That's right. That's dang straight. It's to get their price back up over freaking $1 a share is what it's done for this group, so they wouldn't be put on the pink slips list, get NASDAQ requalified with NASDAQ. That's what they do, and they put it such a high number that now it's at $20. It would be, don't be surprised to see this thing at $5 here from where it is. That's all I'm saying, because I've seen that happen many, 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 many times after that kind of split. Just a collapse, 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 collapse on top of collapse. So be very careful on that one there. ADTX, anybody that just saw that about ADTX, be very, 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 very careful. Fed preferred inflation measure edges higher in July. It says the Dow rises after PCE data indicates a cooling inflation. It's good for the whole market and everything. And look how they ran the Dow down and the NASDAQ negative and the Russell. They ran them all down on that news, and now they've all turned around and they're starting to go green. What do you know? P. Ockers, yep, that's right. P. Ockers is telling you the exact correct truth. That is true. Yep. But it's good to be here to catch up on these and sometimes see what's going on. So there it is right there. Still frozen, still holding 2079. Just be cautious. PLTR got downgraded today. Got Morgan Stanley. They own $265 million of this stock, and they downgraded it to a $9 price target. What a bunch of freak flacks. God, I'm sorry, but they did the same thing to SoFi, ran the price down about 23%. They did, and then the thing was back up from where they were 787 to 1013 5 days, 6 days later. So don't fall for any Morgan Stanley shenanigans. Those guys are up to rigging everything. They played that. They played the game. They've played it with SoFi before, and look where we are now. They were saying SoFi's price. They had also done the same thing to SoFi they did to PLTR recently. They downgraded to a higher number than their last upgrade. That's what they just did with PLTR. Yep, it's absolute fact. And look at this, folks. Did I not call this? 861 was where I was buying a little bit ago because it was a good place to buy before this rundown that was fabricated rundown. And now look at the price down, 13 cents. And that's why I bought at 861 too. One of the reasons, because I was born in 61. I like that year. I like that number and why I bought there. And now look at it going right on up. And this is something I told you was going to happen. Johnny Jones, great week in the market. Yep, Morgan Stanley is making bank. You dang right they are. They made bank on SoFi too when they came out here on July the 13th with their downgrade. Ran the price from 939 to 877. Just a few days later, 1013. And by the way, it's funny because on this downgrade day that they did, they only owned 48 million. Now they own $105 million worth after they downgraded it. What do you know? Yes, sir. There. That's right. 100%. You are correct. You are correct, Johnny Jones. And folks, we know what manipulation is, how it's done. We've seen it. I've shown people. I've explained. It's been very clear. We've seen manipulation this afternoon on SoFi again from 1 o'clock on. We've seen it because this is what they've been doing every day for the last 5 days. If you don't believe what I'm telling you is true, come on over and you'll see it right here. Right here. Look here. What time was this? 1 o'clock. There's the drop. That was Friday last week. What time is this right here? 1 o'clock. There's the drop on Monday. What time is this right here? 1:15. There's the drop on Tuesday. Are you getting the picture yet? What time is this right here? 1:30. There's the drop. Are you seeing it? But every time after these drops, what has it done? It popped. So what do you think it's going to do today, folks? What do you freaking think is happening next? Good Lord. It's just ridiculous to see. And people fall for it. 885 is not the high, by the way. 887 was today. I told everyone to sell there too that wanted to sell. If you're thinking about selling, I told them sell at 887 because 888 is often a number of resistance. I told them don't even put in your order at 888. That was on this morning's live feed. I had to get cut off at 12:45 today. They cut me off and the signal was lost. Came back up. And now I watched the attack happen and bought at 852, now 862. And what a surprise to see this running right now. 863, goodness gracious. Why is it going up? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I've already told you why. That was good news, and the market was surprised by it. And a lot of shorts were surprised by that news on the CPI, and they said, shit, we got to get out. So they ran the price down. Everything was nice and green before that news came out. See? And this is a manipulative move to get out of these positions because they got caught off guard. It's the same thing that happened with the SoFi. Every time they've got caught off guard, these shorts, they slaughter this thing down because they don't like getting caught off guard, and they try to hammer it down 30% before it runs up from there 60%. And they've done that over and over and over. And look at it now, 863. I don't know why anybody's buying it here when they could have just bought it at 852. Do you know why? Because the ones selling it at 852 were shorts. And the only way that they could get it sold for 852 is for their fellow shorts to buy it. And I bought some too, and a lot of others here. So thank you for being here with me. And yes, that's exactly right. We are making bank with them. Yeah, we got to make money with them, folks. I've shown everybody this. It's a very interesting little piece of paper I put together here, showing everybody how much they have been making. This. And folks, I showed here on this piece of paper right here, if you just had bought 100 shares on October 31st, exactly 10 months ago, at $5.44, and you had sold at every high and shorted, and then bought at every low when it dropped to the low and went long, and then went again long to the high and shorted it at sold there and shorted it and did that repeatedly, you're $544 after 10 months, exactly to the day, would now total $21,885. Insane. And the reason that is because these swings are insane. up 15.9, down 23.64, up 19.4, down 30.8. And some of these happened in 4 or 5 days, these swings. A lot of them. Up 15.9, down 23.64, up 19.4, down 30.8, up 48.54%, down 31.31%, up 13.45%, down 29.88%, up 18%, down 20%, up 56.5%, down 24.6, up 23.8, down 11.7, up 23.9, down 32, and up now 9%. Wow. How do you like them apples, folks? And so this upside move is still due a 21 more percent upside. Kyle or Chow, when will it go to 1050? Well, it's made these moves here, these swings that I'm talking about. Generally, the big swings have been about 3 weeks swings from the price when it was at 613 down to 424. That happened from 1115 to 12.7. So that was about a month and a half. That was a 30% drop. But then, folks, it went from that 424 at December 7th to February 2nd. So you're talking about a month and 3 weeks. It went from $4.24 to $8.24 in a month and 3 weeks. 48% gain. God dang. Then the biggest gain was from May the 15th to June 14th, less than 30 days. Price went up 56.5%. All right. So that's how big this thing swings there, Kyler or Chow, just so you know. Thank you for asking. And when will it go to 1050? Well, I think it's going to be there within about 3 weeks. That's my call. I hope you can wait that long to make about a 30% gain, because that's what's going to happen to this stock. And it could happen even faster than that, Kyler. All we need to see is a breaking news story, and I have a feeling there's one going to be breaking very soon on this stock. I don't know what that story is going to be, whether or not they might announce that they're going to be making a buyback of stock shares that are available. Maybe they'll announce that they're going to make a dividend, start paying out dividends, which they could easily do. This company is making enough income coming in to do that here, especially when they go positive here by the fourth quarter. So that's one thing that could happen. Share buyback. Some other possibility of a split would be nice to see them do a split here. I would love to see that, actually. So we don't know what all could happen here that could run it up, but there could be many, 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 many announcements because they have so many, many, many products that they are increasing. The numbers are just phenomenal, incredible, really, actually, to make a long story short, incredible. So I want to thank you all for being here and checking out when I'm showing you these numbers, because history often does repeat itself, and we're already starting to see the recover happen this afternoon. Don't be surprised to see this grind. All right? Don't be surprised to see this grind by the end of the A. All right. And for those of you who don't know it, I've already said I used to be a fan of Hee Haw when I was a kid, and there was a guy that sat there. He'd sit in the barber chair and he would balk backwards, and he told the story of Rindersella and the Bancy Fall and how she slopped her dripper, and I guess it was her slash clipper that she flopped on the drawer. And see, folks, you can tell I can balk backwards myself because I kind of picked up on that and I figured out how to do it, and I got very good at balking backwards. And so there's sometimes it even hums in candy when I can talk to some from my sins that know I'm balking backwards, and they know loud a hissing the son I'm weighing. Okay. And I hope that you're enjoying that, folks, when I do a little balking backwards for you, because, oh, yeah, it's just a little bit of fun to have here while we watch this. And the price is just escalating, coming right on up. And, folks, it's going to continue to climb. We're going green, just like we have for the last 5 days. This is not anything to be afraid of. This was a planned, a coordinated attack to get out here. And if you didn't just get out of this at 852, I feel sorry for you, folks, because yesterday's low was not 852. Yesterday's low was 836. So be aware, you got a 20-cent gain from the day before yesterday to yesterday, and now from 836 to 846, 852, a 16-cent gain on this day up, all right, from the low. Pay attention because you're going to be losing a lot of money here if you stay around here on this September 29th. Kyler Chow, I bought call options 1050, which is due on August 29th. Hopefully it's a good option. LOL. All right, I'm with you, man. Okay, September 29th. Okay. Uh-huh. I think you're going to be okay there. I think you'll finish in the money, man. I think that looks good. I wouldn't be worried about that at all. I think we're going to be above that. My call is we're going to be somewhere around 1075 to 11, maybe 1125. And I'm not the only one who's calling that. Some are much higher, including Andrew Jeffries, who's just raised from 11 to $16 with Truist. And he's an analyst with Truist, and he's got an excellent score. We've got another one who's made a raise from 11 to $16. We've got someone that just went from 10 to 12. We've got a lot of people that are raising right now. Their analysts are raising their expectations for this company. So, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's what we should expect because, it is the truth. This company is making money hands over fists, and it's starting to pull in more and more depositors, which they can use. The good thing about these deposits coming in is that's cash flow for them, folks, and they can use that cash to do more loans. This is what you need to point out. People should understand. And if you don't get a hold of that and you can't wrap your head around it, too bad. Did you see that 2-cent drop and then 2-cent pop to the upside? It's because somebody came right in on that and said, forget it. They're buying here. Look at here. Oh my God, look at all these green candlesticks. What the hell has happened since 121 to 132? 11 green candlesticks in a row? Are you seeing this, people? Look at that. Nice. Look at this effort to run it down, all the reds in a row, and now a triple upside crossover. Look at the blue 45 gapping over and off of the 50-day right there. This is gorgeous. I told you when I see this right here, I start salivating, people. Cha-ching. Oh, yeah, I'm salivating. Thank you all for coming back over and checking out my channel that got dropped at about 12:45. I lost the signal. I don't know why. But I'm back, and I'm here to be here because I want to see this thing go green. And right now, folks, we're starting to see some volume pouring in here as the price runs. 15,635. We're not going to encapsulate yesterday's. We're not going to. But what we did blow away was yesterday's high of 878, now 887, right? And we blew away yesterday's low of 836 to 852. And who called for this? Who said this was going to happen? I sound like an owl. Who told you so? Catfish, Howlin' Tyler. Howlin' Catfish Tyler. I'm a bottom feeding fish. I tell you, I'm delish. You're doing great, bro. Love to watch your SOFI videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man, because I'm here to show people the real facts of what's going on, not the disillusionment and the smoke and mirrors and all the games that are played with this stock and how many people try to manipulate it, even as we saw here from this time right here. Look at the time that was when it started dropping, 12:13 p.m., folks. 12:13, a coordinated drop effort on the news that the inflation is slowing and cooling off in the United States. Broke the news here just a little bit ago, and that's what happened to the whole market after the news was broke. And why did it make that drop from there to there and there to there? All the indexes go drop. Shorts, surprised by the news and needing to get out, and they need to work together to do it, and that's what they did. Watch how high the NASDAQ's up tomorrow and the Russell's up tomorrow. I called this last Thursday, folks. I called that manipulative move, and I was completely right. The NASDAQ has had an incredible gains week all week long. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go to the NASDAQ. Here it is, and look at the 5-day chart. Look at that. And that was after last Thursday's attack, people. I told you on that Thursday, this is all manipulation down. The news is good. The gains were good for the jobless and so forth. All was good. And that rundown on Thursday didn't make any sense to me other than the same thing we're seeing right now. The same rundown we're seeing now. Manipulation, period. Manipulation. Manipulation. Oh, yeah. So don't be fooled. Do not be fooled here by what you are seeing, the game being played. because this was good news today, folks, for SoFi and for the whole economy, the whole United States, is to see also someone pointed out yesterday the dollar had dropped compared to the euro and stuff, and that's good. That also helps out the market. That's going to actually help the market. I know you don't know how, but it will. Look at this now. SOUN. Here it starts its run from 142 on. Write the price. I told you to write this price here when it was earlier where it was 248.01. And now up 4 cents already, folks. I would be coming in on this and I'd wait in SOUN. I think it's going to continue the climb here this afternoon. And this is what I was looking for. So I'm going to buy some of this right now. I'm going to come in on this. This is one of our players here. What's his name? Spartacus. Yep. I'm going to buy some of this now. SOUN. And this is going to be a new one, so I'm going to have to do a search for it. Here we go. Buy 251. I'm just going to buy, let's buy 100 shares here. And we're going to try 251. Limit 2.51. In place. See if we can get lucky and get 251. I got a limit order, so it might not fill. I'm going to go ahead and put in a market one too, because I really do think this is going to make a move, and it's cheap. So let's put another one in. And we'll just put in 252. There we go. Just filled it. 25138. 25138. Don't know. That works for me, man. I like that. I think this is going to be a good stock to own, folks, and I'm telling you about it. So it looks to me like it's ready to make a nice move and repair a recovery from being worked down here. So that's why I'm trying this entry point and got there, got some. Yeah, so what? So I'm buying 100 shares here, $250. No big deal. And there's 251.50. Let's see. And folks, I want to thank you for being here, watching me while I'm working my magic, and hopefully we'll see that would be as a good buy entry there at 251.50 on SOUN. And there it is, 251.99 now. So I feel good about it. Yep. SOUN. Let me write down here where I came in on that. We'll get to it. It's on a sheet. This is my favorite one, though, right here. This I don't need any of. Okay, here we go. And we're going to look at some other ones here today, too, folks. We've got to look at a few others that are making moves here. And keep track of them. Keep an eye on them. Keep a very close eye on them. And interestingly enough, crazily, I do not see the list that had my stocks on it that I'm picking from. Oh, maybe under here. Nope, it's not. Here it is. Maybe it's over here. Nope, it's not. Maybe this is it. Maybe it got placed way over here. Nope, it's not. It's here somewhere, folks. We're going to find it. I guarantee it. There it is right there. And we want to put in our entry price. 251.01. I got to get the 251. Come on, give it to me. 251 is what I'm aiming for. 251.01 is a short number, though. And when you see that, it usually doesn't get to the 251. They're just trying to keep that from happening. So, anyway, that's okay. I'm in here on SOUN bought. 100 at 252. Well, 251.38, I think is what it was. 251.38. There we go. All right. Hey, thank you for being here. Yes, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. Thank you for showing the love. I appreciate it very much. And this is a good time, I think, to be getting in on this one. So that's why I'm telling you about it. I still haven't filled at my 251, but we might get it. And there's 251.97. So it doesn't look promising for it, but we might. We'll see. I actually should change it to 251.01. I'll probably pick it up that way. But we'll just see if we can get it anyway. We're watching. Let's see what SoFi's doing here. Back on over here. 862 now. Good. And folks, I want you to pay attention to this number here because if we try to see them close it at 863, 63, oh yeah, now we're going. If we see an 861 close, that'll be down 13 cents. So don't be surprised by that. But then also don't be surprised by this thing running right on us. Lost too much from Neo. Oh boy. Say SoFi stock is way much better than Neo. I hear you. Why is Neo falling today? Let's take a look at Neo. And there's PLTR still getting hammered but recovering. Let's get a look at Neo. NIO. Neo. Yo, Neo. Neo. No, Neo. Neo. Look at that thing, man. It started to make a major run up here. It had a double tip top. And then after that, they came at this thing. Bam, wham, slam you, jam. Oh my God. 30% drop. All right. Well, that's painful. That's painful from the first part of July. Wow. Might be a good place to come in on it, actually. But it's better to come in here on SoFi right here. Look at that, 860. All right, how did I know they would be 861 a number they're trying for? Look at that. Oh, yeah, easy peasy, man. Figure these people out. You can read them like a freaking. This is so easy to read them and determine things. And when you understand why, then it makes sense. And you go, okay, I see why. I see what that number means to them, and I see exactly why. No, tough. Too bad. I'm not going to stay there because we're only coming up to 2 o'clock right now, folks. And my muscle milk is running out of energy, so I'm going to go find something to nibble upon. Mm-hmm. But don't worry, folks. We got you here. We're going to keep you entertained with some fun stuff here. And this thing is going to rise this afternoon, is my call. So let me do this. I'm going to put Catfish up here for just a minute. I will be back, but we're going to put Cat up here, and we're going to say that I will be back, and we're going to put King Cat in charge. Boom, just for a little bit. And there we are. Doom, boom, doom. So SoFi new higher high and new higher low. Why? Right? Well, I'm going to leave that on there, folks, and I'll be right back. Don't worry. I'm going to grab something to nibble on and a quick little break. And Mother Nature calls. We're going to get that taken care of, and then we'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, guess who's back? It's cat time. Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to get on out of here, look for some more adventurous things to find on the bottom. You guys just hang here with the king cat, because he's back, folks. All right. Hey, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And we're looking at Sofi. We're looking at me on the screen. And we don't need to be looking at me that big, but I just wanted to say hey to you. And hey, I'm going to have to leave here a little bit early today, probably around 3:15 or so. Going to kick on out of here, but we got everything up running here. Let's make sure we get on this right page and get things going. And look here, I told you it was going to turn and run green, didn't I? And here we go, folks. Turning green as cat comes back on. And thank you. If you bought with me at the low just now at 8.52, now up 19 cents and about to go green, well, that's because we could recognize what was going on. We saw that NASDAQ drop down into the red. We saw the Russell red. We saw the Dow red, didn't we? All of us. We saw it, and now green. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Count it up with me. 874. Right now, let's ring the bell. Come on. Let's just ring it now. Because it's going to ring that number. Yes, sir. The register's ringing, and I knew it, and then you knew it too. I'm glad you came in with me, some of you. Look at this here. What's happening on this one-day chart? Let's get in here and look at it. Thank you for being here with me, folks. I do very greatly appreciate your presence. I know there's plenty of other places you could be, but thank you for being here with me. Yes, Johnny Jones, Tesla over NEO. Okay. Yep. I got you, Tesla over NEO. I'm with you there. I agree. And folks, here we go. Green is happening right now on a very low volume day, another green day with a new higher high, a new higher low, and green close. Who could ask for anything more? Who could ask for more? I like to ring the bell because I like making that sound. I like money. I like the sound of money. And that's what we're doing right now. It's going to be another green day, folks. And Morgan Stanley downgrading PLTR when they own $264 million worth of that stock. Same thing as SoFi. Look at this, folks. Are you with me so far? SoFi? Are you with me, SoFi? And I want you to be aware of something, folks. Look right now at this, the RSI. We're in the red zone. We're up above the red line. Okay, be careful. If you want to take some profit, it's okay to do some at this number because a lot of the big ones do, and they'll come at it when they get into this red zone on the RSI. But if this thing really bolts out of here and takes off, forget about the RSI. Then things don't matter anymore. But usually they do, and I'm following that RSI, and it's very hot right now at this break-even point. But don't worry. Don't worry, folks, because it looks to me like we already have the run that has started at freaking 157. They just came in, coming in, coming in. Look at the size of all these green candlesticks. Thank you all for being here right now. I've got a few of you here, and I want to thank you for your presence while we look at the mouth of the blue and gold fish getting bigger and bigger, swallowing up shares. And we're going to go green in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and 874. Let's ring it. Come on, let's ring that 874. We're going to walk through the door. Hey, and we're not looking back. We're not looking back. No, no, no. Hey, folks, I already told you we got another 20% gain to go after these daily highs and lows going higher and higher and higher as they goes. Yep. And congratulations if you just bought with me right there when Catfish was on at the bottom. 852, folks. We got not that 854 number they're showing there. 852. Smackaroo. Nice. We got some. You all watch me buy them sitting here right in front of you. I don't just talk the talk. There we are. 874. Error. YouTube not a seat receiving enough. Give me a break, you stupid asses. Ugh. God dang it. I don't even have my VPN up. I'm sorry, folks. This is so pitiful. Golly, man. Ugh. Dang. Come on. Give me a signal. Wow. Show me a sign. Send up a signal. Show me a sign. The stained glass curtain you're hiding behind that never lets in the sun. You know the next line there? I bet some of you do. And I bet you know who I was singing or just referring to lyrically. Wasn't really singing much. But there's a little poetry by one of the world's greatest poets, musicians ever. Look at this right here, folks. Oh my goodness gracious, going green. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it after that major rundown? I did. I thunk it. I thunk it big time when I saw that thing drop down there, and I said, "Oh yeah." And I saw the news that just came out, and I saw the manipulation by the whole market once again to get their butts out of here before it goes green. And that didn't we call it? We called it. We called the people. We called it right on. Right on. Look at the NASDAQ now scaling right on up. Surprise, surprise. Dow still trying to be suppressed by somebody somehow, somewhere, some way. Don't know how, where, how. With the inflation cooling. You know what kind of a good report that is for SoFi with inflation cooling in the rest of the country? We need a cooling, man. Haven't we taken enough? We have been beaten down. You go to the store, you want to pick something off the shelf. It's absolutely freaking ridiculous the gains that these companies are now making off of the situation. And believe me, there actually is a surplus of stuff coming into this country. The backups that they had in the shipping ports and stuff, they're not near there now. They're starting to get things rolling through there. And folks, that you don't hear that in the news anymore, do you? Because it's not the news. It's not the news. I know there's still some slowdown there, but it's definitely improving. And there actually has been an overabundance of supplies coming into some places, whether you've heard that or not. But it's true. It's not on the news. They don't follow this kind of stuff. But there's a lot of places that are going to be filling up, including dollar stores, family dollar stores, and those types of discount places will be filling up with an onslaught of things that won't be actually sold in the retail stores because their shelves are full, backed up with stuff, and even their warehousing. Look into it. What I'm telling you, folks, I'm not kidding. This is true. There's a lot out there available, and the prices are unjustified, in my opinion. What we're being charged for things, you can see some of them stabilizing and going back down. I mean, I went into the place and market, saw ribs up there they had for freaking $4.79 for a whole rack of ribs. $4.79, $5.23, rolling dubs. What's up, everyone? Yes, we're here with you. We're looking at this rise into the green land, and I told everybody it was about to happen. They're rolling dubs. I don't know whether you noticed it or not, but some of these others are here to have already learned this. But look at yesterday. And look at this chart right here for one thing. Look at the last 20 minutes of green on the bottom down there, folks. Goodness gracious. Why? And look at this RSI. It is on fire here. It's over 80. Folks, just a little bit ago, it was below. And I told you better be careful when this is below here. You shorters better watch out. I just said it about 15, 20 minutes ago. When it was down there and we were buying it, I told everybody that this RSI was way too low down here. It was on below the green. And this is because of the massive attack that happened starting at 12:13. Coincidentally, the time was 12:13. If you go back and look at it right here, isn't this 12:13? Right here. And look what the time was. 12:13, and off of that, down, 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 down. And I told everybody right here, time to get in right now, right here, right now. Connected, reconnecting, OBS connected again. Okay. So it says I'm reconnected. Hopefully we are. And the excellent streaming now. Excellent, it says. So, folks, the only way it can be jumping here from very poor and disconnecting me to excellent status is because they are, in fact, doing some sort of repairs, connections. This is what I'm getting. Excellent. And then all of a sudden poor, and boom, I'm off. So I hope I didn't just get cut off right there. I don't think I did. Rolling dubs. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Let me know that I'm still on, or I'm going to start over, because I've been getting cut off this time in the afternoon recently a lot, and it really stinks. And I'm sorry for it happening, but just a lot of things happening in our neck of the woods, weather-wise, that took a lot of damage on things, and they're trying to get them fired back up and running again. But we have still a lot of periods. Yes, it says we have 9 concurrent viewers, so I don't know whether that's true, but I guess we're off and running, and we are green. And who was going to call that? Yes, sir. We are green today. We're going to be green when it comes to 4 o'clock. We could be at